Hello everyone. Okay, where we left off was making this collage board. Welcome everyone to my home. It's Charlotte here, and I was looking at this and I was thinking, oh, you know what I should have done? Probably instead of going this way, probably should have gone this way. And I'm mentioning that because these are probably going to be smaller tags than what I would have normally wanted, but we're going to play with them and see. So we need to cut this down. So I am going to go ahead. For those of you that are catching this for the first time, we are making textural type of tags. So let's see where the 2.5 is going to put me. Hopefully this went all the way through or pretty close to it. Close enough. So we've got this, and let's just go ahead and cut them all and see what we have to work with. Now, I will admit that I have done this before, and I have thrown pieces out. Pieces that I just thought, no, I can't use that. It's not going to work. So, you know, I mean, not everything is a success. And I'm sorry if the camera is jiggling, but we're done with this, I think, unless I'm going to cut them more. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we can work with here. All right, they are going to have to be cut. They are way too big for me. So, I mean, they could just be longer tags. I think this one, let's cut this one. And we've got these two pieces, and then we'll just leave these three as they are. And let's play around with these and see what we can get. I can cut this one. Yeah, let's cut this one. So these are two smaller. Here's a larger, two smaller, and I think I'm going to leave this like that. Now, normally what the next step would be for me is to glue my paper on the back because they are going to be tags. But because I don't want to waste your time sitting here doing that, we are just going to move on to what I would do next. Let's just pretend that there is paper back here, because I will do that later. You can see I did that on these. So, yeah. So let's start to play with our crackle, because that would be my next step. And what I have in the way of crackle is texture paste from Ranger Opaque Crackle. And I will just use, for the sake of time, we're just going to go ahead and use the same stencil. So let's see what we can get here. Remembering we are after texture. That's what this is all about, is texture. We don't want it too thick, but we want it thick enough where we are going to get crackling. So I am going to do this, and then I am going to be putting the heat gun on it. Just to save time, because otherwise we'd have to sit for hours and wait for this, and I don't think you want that long a video, and I don't want to give you that long a video. And I'm not really planning I'm just putting it on here because we may end up covering some of this up. We are going to get into our paints, and so we'll see what we create with this. Okay, I am going to call the crackle for these three done, and I'm going to go off camera really quick and dry this. Guys, so I have the beginnings of some great cracks in the crackle paste. Hopefully you can see these cracks. The thing with crackle is you never know what you're going to get, and that's the surprise. And these are all pretty small, so I'm really happy with that. So keeping in mind that I want to keep these pretty vintage looking, I am going to get into my Prima paints and see what I feel like using. And based on some of the metals that I have, I pulled some metals this morning. Some fun, I got these. It's kind of funky. I mean, it's a hat. So, I mean, it's a great way to use some of the things maybe you normally wouldn't use or you're not too sure of what to do with. So I think I am on this one going to work with blues. And let me open up another paint just in case there might be a light and a dark. And I think I will go with these two blues here instead of this one. I'm hoping there's no glare on here. So, yeah, grab my brush and get into this light blue. And I don't have my spray bottle with me, so we've done this before. This really looks dark, but it isn't, but it will get in those cracks and just be beautiful, which is what I'm looking for. Let me get some water on here. Get this to run a little bit. And then, of course, I'm happy with that. I'm going to have to dry this before we go on to the next step, so I'll be right back. If you don't dry between your layers, your colors just run together and they create something all on their own. So now I want to get into what is supposed to be a darker blue, just for some contrast. And then we might add a little bit of black to this. We'll see. See what happens if I keep the darker towards the bottom. See what we get. The outer edges. It almost looks like tile, I have to tell you. Let's let this bit run. See what happens. Let me dry this and then I will give you a close-up and you'll see what I mean. I am going to put some black on this, but I want to show you how it looks like little pieces of tile. It's really beautiful. So I am going to just get into, that is not black, that is green. So I've got the wrong palette. Hopefully there's not glare off of this that's annoying. Put a little black along here. And just a little black up here. run this. Definitely run this. I did not bring my spritzer bottle over, and I think I'm pretty happy with that. So let me dry this. I decided that I really want to go ahead and put some distress on this because it fills in the cracks really nicely. So this is what we have. Just think that's so pretty. And I'm thinking I am going to cut a little bit of this off, because, and then I am going to go ahead and cut this like this. And of course we have to do the other side. And remember, there will be an eyelet. Okay. So yeah, that's much better. So here is this tag, which I'm in love with. And I don't know if we'll go on and do the other ones before we start working with the metal, but I have pulled, now there'll be an eyelet there, but I have this hat, and this hat, I mean, it looks really cool. It's not something I don't, like I mentioned, I don't know where I got it. It's not something that I probably would have normally picked for myself. And then I pulled these angel wings, and I used some alcohol inks on them, and what I put several layers of alcohol inks on these wings, and what I really had in mind was putting this paper doll on these wings. So thought that was cute, but I don't know if we'll use it on this tag. He covers up a lot, and I don't think I care for that. So this tag is not for him, but we have other metal elements that we could use. So I am going to put this one aside, and let's go ahead and play with the other two that we have. And that is this one, and I am going to cut this one off here as well. And then we'll make this into a tag shape as well. So we've got this. And this too will have an eyelet. Not all of my tags have eyelets. Not all of my tags are going to be made like that, but you can still attach a ribbon to the top even if they don't. If you use a stapler, that is texture. So that's also a great way. So what colors do we want with this? I really like this rust color here that is picking up. So let me see if I have any paints that have that color. I have an orange and a red, but none of these really, this is the closest, but it's not as dark as what I would like. And so let me check this one out. This one might be more of what we want, but I don't want it to look Halloween either. So I'm not real sure about that because I do not want it to look Halloween. So I'm wondering, maybe let's just try it, but let's try this color here and just keep our fingers crossed and see what we get. Maybe if we put a little brown over it, it won't be so intense. I haven't been really playing with the paints in a while, and so I have to say I've missed them. This is bright. I don't have my mister. Let's see what we can do with this. Get it to run. Where does it want to go? Right now it kind of looks like a mess. And I'm wondering if I take my tissue and just kind of blot some of it out so it's more pale. And then let's go for this brown. See what we get. I really should have my mister with me, I think. There we go. Now we're running. Now we're running. And I think if I put the Distress ink on, I'm going to get a really nice effect. I'm kind of one that says just go with it. Go for it, go with it, see what happens. Let me do a little bit of blotting here. Way too much up here. Get this off of down there. Let me dry this and then paint a little bit, maybe just a little bit brighter. So I am going to come back into this orange and hope I'm not sorry I did that. Let's just see. I don't want it that dark. See if we can run it just a little bit here. I can always go over it with gesso if I think it's too much. But we'll see what the Distress does. So let me draw. Got some good texture happening here. We have the paper. We have the crackle paste. And let's see now. If we come this way, just a little bit of black. And this is what I mean when I don't want it to look like Halloween. But what we add on this for decoration can really make a big difference. And we'll see what the Distress ink does as well. Oh, I'm liking this. I wasn't too sure, but oh, there's just something about when you start playing with black. It just does something. Okay, I'm going to put the heat gun to this, guys. And I am using Vintage Photo. But let's go ahead. Yeah, that really, really warms it up a lot. I'll hold it up and you'll see the difference here. Okay. Sorry, my surface is really dirty. Look at how beautiful that is. I mean, that made all the difference right there. The Distress ink. Look at that. Oh, I'm in love with that. Very beautiful. Okay, then we have one more. We have our little one here. And I really could go like this with this one. This is the way it was when I cut it, but we could turn it. I think I will leave it this way because I am going to cut it for a tag. Just a little bit. Cut the corners. And then if you reverse it and put it on this side, you'll get the same size. And then we've got this. And I'm wondering, maybe we should work with some greens. This might be the perfect size for a hat. What I did with these alcohol inks is I applied this to where it almost takes on a mother of pearl, you know, the inside of an abalone. Look at that. I hope you can see that. Let me see if I move my lighting, if that works better. Can you see that color? It's just so beautiful. So that might work on this. So if that's the case here, then let's find a green that I can work with that I think is dark. I'm not going to go with the light. I think I will just go with this dark green and some black. And we'll see what happens. I think for the hat, I mean, where does one get a metal hat anyway? I have to admit, I looked at it and I thought, where do you get a metal hat? Get this down in the cracks. That's what we want. So let me dry this and I'll come back and we'll put some darker green on it. Just a little bit darker. A little bit over here. Okay, let me dry it and then we'll put a little bit of, put just a touch of black on this. Okay, so I'm going to put this away and get into this black. And I think we're going to just go down the side and a little bit around the bottom. Let's see if we can run it just a little bit. See where it wants to go. Because I'd like this to have the effect of tile as well. Just a little bit too white. Maybe just a little bit darker. There and down here. What do you guys think? Okay, I am putting the paints away. Okay, let's distress this and see what we get. Because that will be a really, really nice surprise. Oh, look at that. Really pretty. Just deepens it. And I don't think see the green I'm pulling up? My paint wasn't totally dry, but the effect is nice. So let's get this out of the way. Let me turn this over. Well, it's not much better on that side either, but look at that. Look at how pretty that is. So now you want to think about if you're going to sew, you of course want to finish your back so that you have your stitching lines can be seen on the back. So on these, obviously, I'm not going to stitch. We are going to do something else with this. I have the hat, which I think is pretty cool. But the hat by itself doesn't look, it's not finished. So I've got a bit of cheesecloth. And I've got some black, and that might be what I need, is some black, I've got some black embroidery floss, and I'm not even sure that we should be using this hat. So let's see if this is gonna work. I want to make sure that you can see and feel this texture right there. There's texture here, so I really don't want to cover it all up, but you know there's going to be an eyelet there. So you have to plan for your eyelet. And then let me see here. And for some reason, this is in a knot. So if we take some embroidery floss, and the reason I wanted to use embroidery floss is because it's thicker. And so texture-wise, because we're not stitching, I thought the embroidery floss is going to show up better. It's kind of like using upholstery thread, but I don't have any black upholstery thread. So let's see if we can separate this enough to get a good strand, or two. Two might work. Save that for later. And just kind of add some threads like that and see, do we like this? This is not, I do like the cheesecloth. So let's go ahead and get the cheesecloth down, and I kind of like it to hang over the side. So let me see if I can get this embroidery floss to where I'm happy with it. I don't do bunching up very well. So let's see. You know, it could be the hat, but you know, it's cute. So to attach the hat, to attach the metals, I have, I usually use gel matte, gel medium, because it dries clear. This is what it looks like, but it dries really clear, and it works really well on metals. So you can put a blob of this on here, and it is, when it's dry, it's going nowhere. So this is going to work. You could use a hot glue gun, but this works really well. This is what I used on the other metals, and they are going nowhere. So if I put that down there like that, and like I said, don't worry because it dries clear. Now we've got our strings. And then what I wanted to do is take a piece of this floss. Let's see, I don't think that's going to be long enough. I'm really kind of thinking out loud, guys, and you guys are having to sit here and listen to me. But because we're not stitching on this, I think what I want to do is, that's kind of cute. I think what I want to do is take this and have it hang off the edge, and I want to wrap it it just gives you a little more texture. And just wrap this. Wrap it like this. And of course I don't want it to come down off that side. I hold that in the back. That could be too much. Maybe about 3 times might be good enough. Let's see what I've got. Here's what I started with. Maybe 1 less. That gives me, yeah, that's about 3 times. I'm not positive this is gonna work, but I like it. I wonder, maybe I should tie this. Should I tie this off? Okay, how am I gonna tie this and hold this? And I don't have a clamp over here, so let's just improvise and see if this is gonna work. So far, so good. So let's keep going. This is what happens when you come on camera and you don't have a plan. Okay, and I'll just spread them out a little bit. They're pretty loose, but it gives you more texture. And what I was thinking of, to keep them in place, we need something to keep them in place. So I thought we could do a piece of metal. Now let me get out my little box that has metals. I do have some flowers, but I don't think I want flowers on here. So let's see what we've got in here. Maybe a star. Let's see. That's 2 silver. Maybe we'll put a star. Or we could put a pair of wings. Let's see what I've got. They shouldn't be too big. Let's try a star. Let's try some wings. Let's see what happens. I need a bigger workspace. Okay, because we're going to need some way to make sure that this does not go anywhere. So a pair of wings we could do. That's cute. But I'm thinking this might be, let's use the star. I think that's the way to go. So let's get some of this matte medium on this star. Get it down here. I don't think we'll be going anywhere. On there like that. And like I said, don't worry. This will dry clear. And you can pick it off if you want, but it isn't a big deal, guys. So I am gonna, other than the ribbon, I'm gonna say that's a pretty cute tag. And then of course I will probably put on the back of it here a tiny little bit of glue. I can still put the paper back here. I'll just slip it underneath. And yeah, it may not cover the whole thing, but I'm not gonna have any choice because we did that. So there is one. It's pretty cute. The hat's kind of wonky. I wonder, do I want to put an element on the hat? Let me see. Let me, just for my own interest, I think a flower. Flower might look good, guys. It's kind of like, ooh, isn't that a little bizarre? But it might look good. Let's just see. It's kind of cute. That's kind of cute. The glitter or not glitter. Let's see. This video's going to end. Oh, the not glitter, I think. If we use a flower, or I've got these buttons. Now, do I have anything that might look good? No. On a hat, that's purple, so I'm not liking that. That's too big. Here is a little one. Like that. I think I'm going to go with the flower. I think I am. And do I want a big flower, or maybe I should have a little one? Let's check the little ones out. Just to make sure that small isn't better in this case. And I think small is better, and we'll just go with that. It's just cute. It's whimsical. The hat is just a little, it's just weird. So the hat just kind of throws me because, I don't know, this would make a great St. Patrick's tag. St. Patrick's Day tag. Just like that. What do you think? You like that? It is cute. It's a cute tag, guys. Okay, so we've got that one. And I am thinking, what elements do we want to put on here? I really, really wanted to use these angel wings, but I'm not certain either one of these is going to be good for that. Just not real certain. That I like that. Tip his wings in. I think the wings, I don't like the wings on that. But I'm thinking I really did not want to cover up. Let's see what this looks like. That is kind of cute. I think what I want to do with this is take some blue and I've got a knot in here too. Boy, this is a knotty mess today, guys. I am sorry. This is just not going the way I want it to go. I wonder if we took this knotted this around here like this, and then what if we put a wax seal on this? How would that look? Would that be nice? Let me see. Let me see this. So let's just hang out here for a minute while we do this. I do have the little melting, I don't know what you call them, the little tiny melting things that you put in a pot. have these, so I might as well use these. And hopefully, I mean, I'm going over thread, so hopefully the design will show up. I do have a tree of life. Maybe I should use the tree of life. The tree of life looks like that. Let's see what this does. Hopefully this will work and we won't be a little disaster here. Oh, that's cool. So here's the end. And if I split the ends, y'all are probably thinking, this is the craziest video ever. Let's separate these. It is really kind of a crazy video, but it's a Monday, so oh, I like that. You want to know about crazy videos? Dana, my friend, gave me a great big jelly, one of those big jelly pads, and so we're going to be doing stuff with the jelly pads, guys, so be ready. Oh gosh, you know what, this looks kind of cool. I like that. But curls at the bottom here, so let me cut the curls off because I don't like the curls. That's kind of cool. Okay, now do we want these angel wings or do we want maybe big butterfly? I mean, you could leave this like this. I mean, guys, come on, that's beautiful. But we do have the crown. The crown. The crown. Maybe we should just do the crown, but the crown needs something. So where is my... Let's see. I think my angel wings are going to have to wait for something else. Let's see what we got here. I don't want to cover up all that beauty that we have. All those pretty scales. Don't want to cover those up. Let's see what that looks like. Let me pull out a big butterfly and see. You know what would be cool too is maybe a key. Oh, the key. I think I'll save the key for that. That's a good idea right there. Let's see what I have here in butterflies. I want one with a finish. I couldn't even tell you where I got these. I've had these for so long. I ran into them and I thought, we need to use these. That doesn't show up, although he's beautiful, but he doesn't show up. He doesn't really show up. And I should go over it with some wax, but I don't have my wax, with some wax. Let's do the butterfly. Okay, the angel I think is going to have to wait. I like that. So So let me, probably should be using Fabrifix, but I don't have any over here. And I don't film where I work, so let's see what we've got here. And just get this down, and then maybe get this down, and I like it to come off the back, and then maybe some blue threads. And then I think I'm going to call this quits, because I think we've probably been on this video's too long. Bless your hearts if you've sat through this. You are good friends. You are good subscribers if you sat through this. This is kind of like, I think, what I would think you'd see on Monday video. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. That might be too much. Yeah, just a little bit. A little bit too much. Let's try this and see. Get just a little bit hanging down. It doesn't have to be all over the place, because you don't want to take away from what you have going on right there. You just want to add to it. Ooh, I think that looks really good. So I am going to put my matte gel, this butterfly, just like that. Oh, God. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. Oh, my goodness. Okay, and let's just get him down like that. And look at how cute this is. This tag is cute. And pull his wings up just a little bit. I've got glue on me, and so gotta let that set. But what do you think? Do you think that's cute? Let me know in the comments what you think about this. And then, of course, I am going to have to slip paper under there. But that's cute. I might be able to get a little bit of stitching. I don't know on the machine if I can do it or not. And then here's our little kind of wonky green one. It's kind of cute. And then I'm thinking, and I don't think I've got really have much more time to be able to do this, but I think what I might do with this is take and wrap some embroidery floss around there and put that key down and maybe add another element with it. I have this 1/2. That's cute. So I think I might do that, and then just because I have these wings, I think instead of floss, I think I might do wire and beads around here. I like that idea better. Wire and beads, and then I think I will use these 3 elements on there like that, because I like that. And I might put cheesecloth under here. I might put strings, but I think some wire with beads and then maybe some strings or something, maybe some wire coming up out of this circle with some beads on it. So it's 3D. And then I do have a brad, and I would put a brad right in the middle of that set of wings. So it would look like this, just so you can get an idea. And I'll show you this in the next video so you'll see what I end up doing. Oh, guys, yeah. So, hopefully you got inspired. You know, the texture, you can feel it up here. You can feel it here. You've got it in your string. You have it all down here. And then, of course, your element is filled with texture. And the same here. You've got it in your flower. You've got it in your hat. You've got it in your strings and in your crackle here. So, yeah, I'm really, really happy with these. And then I will go ahead and finish that up. So, thank you for sticking with me today. Oh my goodness, guys. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now.